Planning a fishing trip shouldn't feel like a full-time job. With fishingbooker.com, you can find and book the perfect fishing trip within minutes. Fishingbooker.com connects you with trusted fishing captains around the world. Booking is fast, easy, and secure, with access to verified customer reviews, loyalty rewards, and around-the-clock customer support. Everything you need to book with confidence is in one place. So head to fishingbooker.com and start planning your next fishing adventure today.
All right, welcome back to the Survival and Basic Badass podcast with Kevin and Chuck. Today, we're going to talk about urban scavenging. Basically, when the end of the world comes and you need some extra supplies. Now, there is the big moral quandary that comes with this.
Mm-hmm. Right.
When is it right to just go take people's stuff?
Uh-huh.
See how I stopped from using profanity there? You like that?
Yeah, nice.
I'm sure it'll come out later, but... So, this has always perplexed me, because, you know, it's one of those, well, if I don't go take it, everybody else is gonna. The mob rule is gonna go, you know, whatever. But a big part of this is if you're worried about the moral conflict, then start preparing.
Mm-hmm.
Stockpile, get the stuff you need, take care of yourself, get your stuff organized, get a better job, whatever you got to do, get your own stuff.
Right.
But that said, this is a show about scavenging in the apocalypse. And if my only answer is, well, it's morally wrong, don't do it, then that really doesn't help you, and maybe we shouldn't have done this episode.
Maybe you should read the Bible.
Read the Bible.
Read the Bible when it comes to
you
moral
get your
questions.
morals on Bible,
Right.
and
get your prepping information.
listen to
here.
this podcast for whatever. Now, that said, I do think that I'm shouting, but also I think that you need to understand there might be blowback.
Mm-hmm.
You know, raiding and taking other people's stuff may have consequences.
Right.
You have to be aware of that when you do your...
Right. And what I'd like to focus on is this is end of the world type scenario.
Yes.
This isn't Great Depression 2.
This isn't Rodney King.
Right. This is when the plague has wiped out 90% of humanity, or the EMP hit and everybody's already starved to death.
Well,
This is the end of the world stuff. This isn't breaking into your friend's house to steal his stuff while he's at work. But
that said,
all
right. So, all right. Now I guess we'll get to the meat within the nut here.
All right. Now, first thing you're going to want to do when you're scavenging, when you're looking for locations that maybe haven't been entirely picked over.
Well, I was thinking let's kind of do this in phases before you get started. So, let's first talk about like day one. All right, let's get the initial, you know, bad stuff just happened, but people don't know it's the end of the world as we know it. Like you as a prepper might say, you know what? An EMP, I know when every car doesn't start right now, I know that's not coming back tomorrow.
Right.
Or the next day.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Everybody else might not be thinking that way.
Mm-hmm.
When the super volcano goes off and there's giant ash clouds all over the country,
Mm-hmm.
they're probably like, stay calm, stay in your house, don't, you know, whatever. People are going to believe that and stay calm for a day or two.
Yep.
So let's talk about that initial day one, or maybe gold goes up to, you know, $10,000 in a day.
Mm-hmm.
That day one, you go to the grocery store. What are you looking for? Let's start there.
I think I would start with fresh produce, honestly.
Okay.
I've got canned everything, you know. It's going to be a long time before you see a fresh orange if you live in New York.
All right.
It's going to be a long time before you see any kind of fresh fruit coming through your grocery store.
Canned food, if you don't have any, I guess sounds smart.
Right.
Probably the big bags of rice, or I think those things might go first. Is what, like you said, the fresh stuff, fresh meat. All that stuff might go really quick. Now, let's take it to the next step. We go to the grocery store. Most of the shelves are already picked because you got there and everybody's going crazy. Mm-hmm. Now, what are the things that might be on the shelf that, might be left that people aren't necessarily thinking of?
Yeah, that's a good thing to keep in mind, because I think if you go
because some things have value.
Right. And maybe you can't eat it, but, the grocery store, they've always got a little section of batteries,
Batteries sound smart.
That might be picked over.
But they might be picked over, but that might be something that lasts a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. That might disappear in hour 3, but not in hour 1 or 2. Mm-hmm. Poo paper.
Yep.
Toilet paper is going to be huge. Mm-hmm. I also think like soap, deodorant, toothpaste.
And anything from the pharmacy area, as far as, athlete's foot cream and all those sorts of weird little things.
You don't want to have athlete's foot in the apocalypse.
No, nobody likes athlete's foot.
So then, all right. So we kind of touched on the grocery store because that's not really what this episode's about, but it's kind of a relevant, topic. So, all right, the grocery store, we see that it's mobbed in the parking lot. Maybe if I cut around and go somewhere else, what stores might I want to hit?
Pharmacy.
Pharmacy sounds excellent.
A lot of
choice.
them sell a lot of food and have a lot of dried
a lot of
food goods.
A lot of medical supplies might be cool. Mm-hmm. Stuff like that. Obviously, your Sam's Club types and like that. Now, Sam's Club and things like that, BJ's or whatever the big wholesaler, Costco maybe, whatever, they might have more stuff on the shelf, like some bigger things. In my mind, places like Walmart and, your regular grocery stores are going to clear out before the bigger stores like Sam's Club and like that. Mm-hmm. So, whatever, they might be your first move. Plus, buying the 50-pound bag of rice sounds way cooler than, fighting over little boxes of rice. Mm-hmm. So maybe you go right to the box
Skip the
store.
Uncle Ben and go right for the big bags.
Go right for the big bags. Also, I was thinking about, one of the things that might be cool in the end of the world is the shoe store. If you're going to go a year, can you go a year with the shoes you're wearing right now or that you have in your closet?
That's a good point.
That might be something that you could hit and knock out something pretty cool. Again, when you're scavenging through the abandoned city that's the wasteland, shoes and stuff might be something, some clothing, something a little durable, might be something you want to look at.
Right. If you're walking around on broken glass, you don't want holes in the soles of your shoe.
So then we'll go to, you might want to start with the sporting goods store, the whatever. Now, apparently Dick's doesn't do cool guns anymore. And dude, I saw an article today and it pissed me off. Apparently, not only did Dick's pull all the AR-15s and assault-style weapons off the shelf, they destroyed the ones they had on hand because they didn't want them to go into the hands of bad people.
That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life.
I was like, really? You're just destroying your inventory? What happened to publicly traded companies are obligated by law to act in the interest of the shareholder? At what point does destroying your product act in the best interest of the shareholder?
I don't know. The whole world's gone mad, Chuck. It's a mad world.
Mad world. All right. So, sporting goods stores, hit the gun store.
Even places like Dick's that don't have any guns or ammo are still going to have a lot of equipment that you might want, as far as fishing equipment, pocket knives, sleeping bags, tents, even cold weather gear, cold weather clothing,
canteen type stuff, water filters, things like that. Like, that's the thing. Like, you're not necessarily gonna have to go camping. You might be perfectly fine staying in your house, but getting clean water might be an issue,
right?
Or electricity to your house and your electric stove might be an issue. So some of those extra camping utilities might be a good way to go. I was actually at Tractor Supply this week, and they sell a kit, and they actually had it on Amazon. I looked that for $50, you can buy the big steel door and the legs to make a 55-gallon drum wood stove.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, that's pretty cool. And they're like, we also sell the 55-gallon drum if you want. But I was like, $50 for a wood stove, that's kind of cool. But it had the nice heavy door and the whatever. I don't know. Seemed like a cool thing. I was like, oh, I like that. Maybe I'll throw it up on the Facebook page. Let you guys check that out. But anyway, I guess like you're thinking, oh, the end of the world. Of course the gun store is going to be busy.
Right.
But I'm just saying, when everybody's going to the grocery store, if you go to the gun store, you might be able to beat it out. You know, because they're going to go to the grocery store first.
Right.
Or you might spend your day in line getting gas. And that kind of sucks. So don't do that. So now I think I covered the initial.
Yeah.
That's what I was just like.
I think I might hit the lumber yard too.
The lumber yard. Nice. Good call. Now let's talk about scavenging. Now, where are some places you would really find, and I guess when we find those places, what kind of things are we looking for?
Right. A lot of stuff is going to be picked over in the basic
now this
places.
is not day 1. This is day 2, 5, 7, like that. But hopefully day 2, 3 of a collapse. But again, this is something that you're not coming back from. And we're not talking about robbing people. Well, we are. But we're not talking about, when people are there. We're talking about when places are abandoned and whatever.
Right.
So, give me one. What's your first big win?
First big win? Let's see here. I would say I would start looking for the distribution centers.
I love it.
A lot of these stores are supplied through, trucks, tractor trailers that have central locations where they do pickups and deliveries.
Yeah.
So there's a good chance that if that's abandoned, that there's plenty of stuff inside. Even the trailers that are in the parking lot that are closed up.
Stopped trains, things like that. Those cars might be containing good stuff.
Right. So what I'd suggest, though, is a small kit to bring with you on a reconnaissance mission. Check this out.
All right.
So you're gonna want to glass the area you're gonna plan on approaching. Check it out. Watch for ambush location type situations. Watch for people moving around. See what kind of supplies you can see through the binoculars. And just kind of scout the routes around it. You want to have a map so that if you have to leave a different way than you came, you've got other options.
Now, things like this, I got to tell you, are going to be a lot easier to figure out where they are before things get bad. Pay attention, look around, see what's going on, or maybe do a quick search on the internet.
Yeah, I've been kind of keeping my eyes open the past couple of months. Just somebody had sent an email in mentioning the distribution centers.
Yeah.
And so I kind of been keeping my eyes open. They're not on the beaten path. You don't drive past them very
I saw
often.
some kind of it was one of those like BBC movies or shows, but it was some kind of plague apocalypse kind of movie. And same thing, they took over one of the distribution centers. And they basically set up that as their their bunker.
That's what they did in Dawn of the Dead. It was the mall they set up shop in.
Mall doesn't sound like as much food as a distribution
doesn't sound like a lot of food
center,
there.
But, I guess you hit the food court, right?
You can eat all those rats that are running around in the back of the food court.
Oh, doesn't sound good. All right, so I like that one. Now,
all right, so let's.
Let me tell you about my number one.
All right, what do you got?
That's your number one. I'm going to one-up you. You're going to be like, dude, right on. Camper World.
Ooh.
I'm going to go get some freaking RVs, and I'm going to set them up as both perimeter on my property and also places for my people to be hanging out. Because maybe I'm going to make my compound, like say I have a farm, and I'm going to put 4 or 5 RVs we're going to steal and bring those in.
Yep.
Nice. Now, again, stealing is wrong. I know you guys all feel bad about it, so I don't know. Leave a note with like an IOU.
Yeah.
End of the world, I owe you 5 RVs.
Yep.
But you know what? I'm going to keep them in good condition for you because somebody would have stole them and trashed them.
Right. I'm going to take care of them.
But you go to these places, and there's hundreds.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, most of these big, camper things, there's a lot of big vehicles there.
Yep.
And also there's going to be machinery, there's tools, there's stuff there. It's going to be cool.
All right, I like it. Now, I recommend if you're going to go on one of these scavenger hunts for supplies, that you get a little kit together.
All right.
Binoculars.
All right.
Maps of the areas, if you have any, or if you can acquire any. Radios, so you can have somebody investigating while people stay back. Bolt cutters.
Now, I heard you say people who stay back, so you're saying possibly an Overwatch?
There you go.
I like it.
Crowbars and flat bars. And then, of course, you're going to have some bags to carry your stuff.
Loot bags.
And water jugs if you're looking for water and you're
Okay.
looking for a location, looking at a location that might have some. All right. So, number 2 on my list is, I'm going to say, office buildings. Those are going to be abandoned. Nobody's going to go into their office job, right?
All right. I like that.
Now, what do you get in office buildings, though?
I have
There's
2
not
things
a-
in my mind.
Not a whole lot of stuff there.
No.
Nobody wants a copier.
Ah,
You
because
know?
we could reenact that movie, Office Space.
Office Space where you beat with a baseball bat in the field.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that movie.
We may not have TV, but we could live our own office space.
That's right. But, what things that might be there is, check out the break room. Check out the vending machines.
Vending machines, quite a bit of snacks there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you hit the soda machine.
Soda machines. And what about things like fire extinguishers?
Oh,
Those are handy.
are they?
I think so.
All right.
I
I think
think
you can
so.
spray zombies with them.
Especially when you're cooking on the barrel wood stove in your front yard and it goes south.
I like it. Now, I'm going to add one more thing to your office building scenario
All right.
and say OSHA approved workspace has a nice, well-stocked first aid kit.
First aid kit.
You could have spent $100 on your first aid kit, or you can hit the office building.
Yep. Now I've checked out quite a few.
They're not as well stocked as
They're
I'm
not-
imagining.
They're well stocked. Everything
With
in there is
Band-Aids?
from the 1970s, though. Yeah, it's 90% Band-Aids,
All right.
But that doesn't mean that you can't use more Band-Aids, and they usually have an antibiotic type of ointment in there. They've
Okay.
usually got some things like that. Tweezers, scissors, bandages. Now what about bars, restaurants, liquor
All right.
stores? Mostly what I'm thinking with bars is people are going to ransack that liquor.
Yes.
They're just that's going to be one of the first things to go. The drunks
But
are
you're
going to
thinking,
go
I'm
after
going to
the
go in the
bars.
bathroom and hit the condom machine.
No, well, yeah. No, what I was thinking was all the garnishes and stuff there. Nobody wants the cherries.
Nobody takes the ketchup and
Yep, all that sort of stuff. So, how about that? And how about schools for first aid kits and fire extinguishers?
and a school cafeteria.
And the cafeteria.
Sloppy Joe.
Now we talked about we talked about stores like grocery stores and things like that. What about department stores?
All right. Well,
There's not a whole lot of food there, right?
All right.
But they might have your boots. They might have maybe it's fall and it's getting cold, man. You need a new coat. Warm clothes, tools, hand tools, and
I like it.
sporting goods. Things like things that you might not normally use in everyday life, but, say it's wintertime, skis, cross-country skis.
You like
things
those
like that.
earmuffs? Or I think they call the hat where it folds down, they call it a toboggan.
Okay. Yes, I want one of those.
Okay.
In the end of the world, that's what I'll be wearing. All right. What do you got?
All right. So next, now it's kind of similar. So you're like, well, you know what, Chuck? I don't have a camper world near me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I find that hard to believe because we actually have, I can think of 3 within 60 miles.
I can think of 2 within walking distance.
Well, 1 within walking distance. And then 2 within 20 miles I can think of that are big, you know? So they're around. But say that doesn't pan out. How about the school bus garage?
Ooh,
That's like RV part 2, right?
And what do they have in there side of buses?
So buses. Now we also have 1 little cheesy first aid kit,
right?
But 2, we have tools out the wazoo. Tools
and
can
most
be
of
useful.
those have fuel supply at the bus barns.
They usually have diesel, that kind of thing. Now, along the same line, I would say even your public works.
Department of Public Works.
They have those big heavy-duty trucks.
I can
Tell me you can't set up a roadblock with a big dump truck with a plow.
And I can assure you those guys are not going to work.
That's what I was thinking.
During the end of the world.
That's what I was thinking.
I know them, and they're not showing up.
They're not showing up. So, nobody's out there protecting that stuff. The next one. Now, nobody would think of this, I thought. So, how about private ambulances? Or, even your local firehouse.
Yeah. Well, I had mentioned, I had firehouse.
That was on your list. I one-upped you?
Yeah. I mean, they're going to have amazing first aid kits there. First aid equipment. It's not going to be a kit. It's not going to be a little box. They're going to have a whole setup.
A big hospital bag.
Also, what they're going to have is a lot of those trucks are going to be full of water. So if you're in sunny California, that might be a stop you need to make.
They have a lot of water at firehouses. So
I think firehouses, especially if you're in an area that doesn't have a lot of water available.
Now you might have some conflict. There may be some firefighters there that'll beat you up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe some guys live in there.
I mean, in my opinion, most of the firefighters that I've met can probably whip your ass.
Yeah, that's been my experience. But, whatever. I'm just putting it out there.
All right, I like that idea.
When you do, if you're setting up to go out, raiding or whatever, scavenging, then, see, if we call it scavenging, it sounds so much more friendly.
Right.
Less like we should be in prison for being a felon, Yeah.
A lot less April 26th, 1992 Los Angeles.
Maybe make a list of sizes, what type of gear you guys are really missing. Have your priorities. Even if you have time to plan before you're going grocery shopping or whatever. Like, say, you hear the news at night, and the stores aren't going to open till 9. Come up with a plan. Write it out. Or at least, talk to people. Hey, what do we need? You don't want to come home with 20 cans of canned beans and your wife's like, that's all we have is beans, or whatever. I mean,
we already got 20 cans of beans.
We had that. But that's...
Yeah, you need a checklist of the things that you're going to be short on and things that you're going to need. And you're going to have to base where you're going on what it is that you do need.
Right. Now, you also touched on it a minute ago, but you really need to watch for traps and ambushes. And if something seems too good to be true, give it a second look, is I guess what I would say. Be a little cautious. Don't move in and let your excitement and, desperation get the best of you.
I would say, all right, so here's some other ones that I've got on my list here.
What you got?
Pawn shops.
I like it. They always have the revolver.
Guns, ammo, tools, radio equipment, ham radio stuff. They're full of that sort of thing. So I would
Really?
definitely,
I need to hit the
check
pawn
out your.
shop.
I used to go shopping at pawn shops for power tools. Great place to go. I got a $15 DeWalt skill saw there.
I did buy a bike for $15 once.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, pawn shops are the place to shop if you've got one nearby.
All right.
So keep that in mind. They usually got pretty good security though, as far as rolling metal doors and things like that. So keep that in mind. Bring your bolt cutters with you. How about libraries?
Tell me more. You want to read in the apocalypse?
That's right. How-to books.
Oh.
Tons of them.
Now,
Local
I heard
foods, local plants and mushrooms like that, things like that.
you're going to find out at the local library.
At the local library.
Nice. Now, I was told Popular Mechanics, when you go way back, used to have some really cool stuff. They had a lot of like projects for boys and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they would make steam engines and they would make all these different things. And you could find a lot of cool stuff.
A lot of cool stuff in those old magazines. But how about this is one that I'll probably get a little bit of hate from, but how about churches?
Kevin, shame.
Think about the churches that feed the poor people. That have all that
everyone knows your name.
I'm just
You're robbing
saying,
the food pantry.
The food pantry is legit.
Ah, Kevin, that's wrong.
Mm-hmm. You might have to fight off some Baptist minister, and that might not be an easy thing.
No.
They'll
come after you with fire and brimstone.
Yeah, no, it's not.
I don't even
not
know
somebody
what
you want to battle.
is, but it can't be good.
You sure as hell don't want to break into that church that Lloyd Bailey is working at.
No.
No, sir.
I'll shut you down. Actually, he's got his pastor on the.
Oh yeah.
On the podcast too. I guess he does a. When people are like, well, it's not Christian to be, pro-gun.
We're talking
or whatever.
about a podcast called Arm Lutheran Radio.
Oh,
I would
the
check
Arm
it
Lutheran
out
Radio.
if you've got some podcast space. Take a look.
All right, fill up that iPod.
Mm-hmm. All right. How about National Guard armories?
They were on my list.
Yep.
Now, I think, the Army base is not going to work out for you.
Mm-mm.
That's a no-go.
Right.
But your local armory, maybe.
Maybe nobody's there.
Maybe. You get there first.
Mm-hmm. Now, what about auto shops? Just mechanic shops?
Those guys usually beat your ass.
Yeah, but, you just have to check it out when they're not there. A lot of great tools. I'm talking about auto shops that are abandoned, that nobody is bothering to go to work anymore.
Okay.
Well, that's the days I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about with the church, too. I'm not talking about running down now and breaking into your church.
Right now. They're praying. Oh, wait. No, dude. I got you. The Rapture.
They're
all gone.
Perfect.
Then you can go to the food pantry.
All right. What about abandoned cars?
All right.
Now, there's a lot of stuff that you can salvage off an abandoned car. Mirrors, seat belts make great tourniquets, right?
All right.
Check the glove box. Check the under the seats. Check the trunk. Who knows what you're going to find in there. Could be good stuff.
All right.
What else you got there? Anything else interesting?
I have solar panels.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of places have them on the little bus stops.
Uh-huh.
They'll have them up on the roof.
Right.
All those little road signs, all the little things on the side of the road have the cool solar panels.
Yep.
Maybe some office buildings.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of stuff. These big giant solar farms they have all over the place,
I was
People
driving
are
past
renting out their space and...
Yeah. I was driving down a back road the other day and came to a stop sign that had a solar panel on it, and it lit up.
Yeah.
Because apparently people just blow through this stop sign all the time. It's
but
just
if it was
long,
lit
straight
up,
road.
their headlights weren't going to shine on it,
right.
but those little LEDs all around.
Uh-huh. And they got that nice little solar panel right there, all set to be wired right into whatever you want to wire it into.
Yep. Nope, I like it.
Factories is another one I was going to touch on.
All right, what's at the factory?
Factories. Fuel, batteries, let's see here, tools, and first aid supplies. A lot of people overlook factories because they're not going to expect to find any food in there, and you're probably not going to. But you might be able to find a lot of other, useful tools there. How about self-storage units?
Excellent.
Most of the time, you're just going to find, a bunch of junk in there. But there could be some clothes and things like that. And if you have a good set of bolt cutters, you can just go locker to locker to locker.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. No, it sounds like there's a lot of nice things out there. But here's the thing. You guys got to remember, every time you go out, you're putting your life in your hands, Mm-hmm. You're really taking a risk.
Just leaving the house in a situation
just leaving the house. The idea is you want to prepare beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
You want to, have the stuff so you can be home protecting your family when the world's going awry.
You don't want to be the asshole that's trying to break into the armory and get shot in the head.
Those are very desperate measures we're talking about. And hopefully when you see what we're saying, you realize, hey,
prepping is probably a better idea.
Prepping's probably a better way to go than, running out and busting into places and trying to steal and fight for each other. It's not going to be fun times.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing I was thinking about is, so maybe you are the prepper guy and you stockpiled a lot of good stuff. You got your fish antibiotics, you got your, first aid stuff covered, you got your, lifetime supply of food, you got seeds, you got everything, you're awesome, guns, ammo, you're ready to go, and you basically want to trade and barter, and one, in a way, to help your neighbors out, and two, to get the other supplies that you need.
Right.
You need to find a way to do that without exposing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And without exposing, what you have. Or, it doesn't even matter that, Jim, we know he's got that awesome gun and whatever. He's got night vision or something badass, right?
Right.
But it's even more than that. If you just keep showing up with good stuff,
mm-hmm.
You're going to become a target.
Right.
You're going to put a mark on your head, and that's not cool. You got to protect your family. So what I was thinking is maybe if you do set up some kind of bartering, trading post kind of thing, maybe set up like a store with a collaboration that it's like, all right, this is our store. Everybody brings their stuff here, and I'm the median that sells it.
Mm-hmm.
And that way, it's not like, oh, I see that guy's got that awesome, whatever. I'm going to follow him home because I'm going to, raid his camp tonight.
Right.
Maybe you work out some kind of like store kind of thing where, here's what's here.
Yeah.
But they don't know who it's going home with at the end of the night, I
Mm-hmm.
guess. I was thinking about something like that. You might want to integrate something like that. In another previous episode, we talked about how to set up a barter, stuff like that. That's all good. But I was just thinking, take it a little bit further and make it a little more discreet of what you're bringing to the table so you don't put a mark on your head.
Right.
But that's pretty much what I got for that. Any more?
The last thing I wanted to talk about, it's not the ideal situation, but dumpster diving.
Oh.
There are a lot of good stuff in dumpsters.
Now, this is where, when I mentioned you want to grab those bars of soap, that's going to come into play here.
This is where this comes in.
All right.
You're going to want to wear long clothes if you're climbing in there. You're going to want to have a headlamp.
Oh, so you have experienced dumpster diving.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Not only that, but I was working with a guy.
A professional dumpster
15
diver.
Years ago. No, this is just a regular work,
okay.
Regular job. And the guy told me that I should come by his house later on because he was having a barbecue. I did not go to his house.
Okay.
Because he told me that the grocery store was throwing out all sorts of great meat and vegetables. And so he could afford to have a barbecue for all his friends.
Excellent. And
so, yeah, I was just going to stick with my McDonald's that day. But, I mean, it's definitely something people do now. Yes. So, maybe climb in a couple of dumpsters. Get some practice.
Again, I'm going to prepare. So, you guys may have heard of My Patriot Supply. Uh-huh. You may want to go on their website. Maybe I'll put a link in the show notes for you.
So you don't have to dumpster dive?
So you guys don't have to dumpster dive.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard you had some stories out of the news this week.
Oh, man, I had a great one lined up.
Tell me what's going on.
It turned out it was an April Fool's joke. There was about 15 articles I read about this guy named Tito.
Tito.
Who was selling golden tickets to heaven for $99. Nice.
Now, who buys the golden ticket to heaven?
I don't know. I don't know who would actually... Because it
had
a picture of the
sinners.
guy. It had a picture of the dude. And I would not have given him anything.
No.
I would not have taken anything from him.
All right. Now, so these were actual gold tickets.
These were 2x4s cut into pieces, spray-painted gold.
Well, that's practically the same
with
thing.
magic marker written on it.
We'll
ticket
call
to
it
heaven.
Gold leaf.
Mm-hmm. There you go. There you go.
All right.
But
no, so that didn't pan out?
No, I did. The more research I did, the more I realized it wasn't real.
All right,
I was very
these
disappointed.
Guys, they had
given him a whole lot of dialogue that was just fantastic.
Now, I did hear, I think it's Monday, April 23rd is going to be the Rapture.
Okay, it's coming up?
It's coming up.
Is this going to even come out before then?
I think I'm checking right now. So.
All right, well, we've got a limited amount of time here. Then when this comes out, you're only going to have 3 or 4 days.
23rd is Monday.
Okay.
So we're going to drop this on Saturday night, the 2nd, maybe.
All right,
21.
Who's this that's calling Rapture?
I don't know.
I mean, I feel like that's a
key detail
legitimate.
People need to
because
know.
Once you call Rapture and it doesn't happen,
then you're off the list.
You're off the list of people
that
you listen
anymore?
to. Yep.
All right, I'm gonna pull this up for you.
Yeah, I feel fairly certain that God does not speak through liars. So I'm not buying it. If it doesn't happen on the 23rd.
All right, the guy's name is David Mead.
All right.
So, we'll know who to blame if things.
Yeah, because I'm going to Vegas. I'm spending all my money.
All of it?
Why would I hold on to it? I can't take it to heaven.
Christians look forward to the end of the world on April 23rd, when they will rise in the sky and meet Jesus. Fox News reports the end of the world. Oh, Fox is backing it up.
Okay.
Is April 23rd, according to prominent Christian numerologist David Mead.
Ah, well, there's where you got me. Numerology. Yeah, that's how you know something's...
For a certain branch of evangelical Christianity, Revelation 12:1-2 describes the beginning of what is known as the rapture and the second coming of Christ.
All right, well, everybody, you got 2 days. You got 2 days.
So
get your preps in order.
Or go live life to the fullest, or repent.
Repent and be saved.
Uh-huh.
Maybe if you just go empty your bank accounts and give it to the poor.
All right.
That's probably a wise decision.
That should buy you some clout with heaven.
I think that would be a good idea. If you did this on Sunday, gave all your money away.
There is a guy in Florida, if you got $99.
He can get you a ticket.
Get you that ticket.
Oh, man.
We've also been expanding the podcast. We've been trying to put it out there a little bit more, different venues, I guess. So
right.
I think you heard us mention last week we're on Stitcher.
Mm-hmm.
I think Podbean.
Okay.
TuneIn. Now, obviously, if you're listening to us right now, you've already found a great way to listen to us that you're comfortable with and want to stick with. So that's all fine. But, if you guys think anywhere that you've looked for us and we're not there and you'd like us to be, shoot us an email at preppingbadass@gmail.com. Maybe you guys want a Prepping Badass patch. We have these pretty slick patches. I don't know if you guys have seen them.
Mm-hmm.
And you can check them out over at patreon.com/preppingbadass. And you can check out the details there on how to get your very own.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you just enjoy this podcast so much you feel like you want to support Kevin and I. Well, you can do that one by, supporting the products that we put up on the Facebook page, different things you hear us talk about.
Uh-huh.
And you can also, support us through Patreon.
Yep.
So, all that. What else? Might want to leave us a review. Wherever,
that's right. We do need some reviews over at Stitcher.
Wherever you guys, Stitcher would be great. Now, I checked it out. It looks like you have to just, on a regular PC, the old school, or like a laptop.
Uh-huh.
That's
That's
old school.
where you get Stitcher?
Right. So, well, no, I think you do it on your phone. But I went to Stitcher.com,
mm-hmm.
and you just put you search our podcast, you give them an email, and then it lets you just click 5 stars. And you're good to go.
All right. Perfect.
And that's perfect. That's all you need to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
But wherever you're listening to this show...
If I was to do that, I think I'd only give us 3 stars. But just saying.
Yeah, but you're a tool. So, so wherever you listen to us, you may want to leave us a review.
And reviews help whatever format you're listening on.
And also maybe share the podcast with your chums.
Mm-hmm.
Your mates.
Your buddies.
All right, so with that, stay safe, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Planning a fishing trip shouldn't feel like a full-time job. With fishingbooker.com, you can find and book the perfect fishing trip within minutes. Fishingbooker.com connects you with trusted fishing captains around the world. Booking is fast, easy, and secure, with access to verified customer reviews, loyalty rewards, and around-the-clock customer support. Everything you need to book with confidence is in one place. So head to fishingbooker.com and start planning your next fishing adventure today.